Welcome back. You tune into your weekly afternoon program on Salam Media, Motivation in Nasiha, with your host Mariam Mia. And now, as I've mentioned, we are going to now focus on our body. Yes, inspiration to keep us fit in good shape during Ramadan. And I'm so pleased that we managed to secure the advice and counsel from fitness group instructor, personal trainer, as well as a group instructor. And brother Olivier Leclerc hails actually from France. He qualified in France. He's always enjoyed any sport and any kind of exercise. He's an athlete. He practiced athletics for more than 15 years, and he says he enjoys competitive road cycling at the moment. On the personal side, he hails from a small village in France. We'll ask him exactly where about in France is that, and he says it's a similar village. It's a village like the ones we see during the Tour de France. And he's moved to South Africa because I think love and marriage brought him to South Africa as well. And he defines himself as someone who helps participants and clients to find their wellness through physical exercises and good eating habits, and the benefit from various methods such as strength training, aerobic exercise, muscle balancing, Pilates, and stretching. I think stretching is what we'd opt for during Ramadan. And he believes that exercise makes us healthier and helps us enjoy a better way of life. And Brother Olivier, at the moment, he works with private clients as well as at the Waterfall Estate as a personal trainer and fitness instructor. And yes, he is highly qualified in this in terms of he has a science and techniques of sport and physical activity bachelor degree in education and motor mobility options, and a state certificate in fitness careers, as well as Pilates, spinning, and body balance, mind and soul. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Motivation in Nasiha, Brother Olivier. And how are you doing this Ramadan?
Assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillah. Thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to talk about what I love to do. And I think we have quite a bit of things to say about exercise. It's always a bit scary to think, I'm going to exercise during the fast, and we've got another component to deal with. It's a lockdown at the moment, so that's why we live now on video. So if you have any question, you do not hesitate, but what I would like is to start with some kind of guidelines, what to do, when to do, especially what is the best time during a day to exercise, and what kind of exercise we can expect to do to be safe and make sure we don't fall into, how can I say, something where we think we're doing too much and we give up. So that's not the idea. So is there any specific question that you would like to ask regarding exercise during the fast?
Yes. In Ramadan, when's the optimal time to exercise, or do we take an exercise holiday at all for 1 month? I don't think that will go down well with you to take exercise holiday. So we need to exercise our bodies. I see you laughing there, but can you please tell us which is the optimal time to exercise whilst we fasting?
First thing is that if you are a fitness addict or something like that, it's okay to have a break, all right? You can take a week, couple of weeks, 3 weeks, that's fine. You will come back on track very quickly. So that's not a big problem. If you are consistent in your exercise, we know that's better. And during a fast, our metabolism slow down a little bit, especially during the day while we can't eat and drink. Okay, so there's conditions. So the first thing I would like to talk about, and I'm going to share something with you here, to support my my demonstration, I will say, here we go. I don't know if you can see that. So, as one second, sorry, let me do it again. As you ask, what's the best time? Then it's, I would say, it's just around iftar. Can you see this?
No, we can't. Maybe just flip your camera around because okay, something's happening now.
Here we go.
Okay,
so,
all right.
That's perfect. That's a little graph that I made just to, it's like a kind of chronologic, but we're starting with iftar, okay? Which is when we break fast, basically. You all know that. So we can do exercise before that, just before iftar, okay? What kind of exercise? It has to be a low intensity and exercise and quite short in duration, okay? Because now the rest of the day you didn't have water, you didn't have food, so your energy levels are going to be low, okay? So, but it's possible to do something as soon as you keep it easy. Some kind of aerobic exercise, okay? So if I go there, you're going to see a bit bigger. Aerobic exercise, cardiovascular exercise are possible, like walking. If you've got a spinning bike at home, you can go on it, but please take it easy, okay? You can find any kind of, as well, aerobic routines on YouTube, etc., or what you used to do with some kind of app on a phone, stepping, low impact dance, or things like this, okay? So as long as you keep it easy, what we define an easy exercise, it's something, an exercise where you can breathe with no problem, okay? It's very easy to breathe and you can talk as well. Now, you know that, Mariam, you talk, huh?
So that's why I'm presenting, yeah.
So,
perfect.
Exactly. So it's easy to breathe, you can talk, you have a little bit of sweat, but it's an exercise that you can sustain normally for an hour, even I would say few hours all day. It's like walking in the street, okay? So that's the idea. You may not do that long because once again, we keep it short, okay? 30, 45 minutes after iftar, it's reasonable, okay? Knowing after 45 minutes, you may feel like you need to drink water. So whereas the issue is that will be your limit, okay? You can do other kind of exercise except aerobic exercise. You said it just earlier. Stretching or yoga or Pilates. Be careful with Pilates. Pilates is still exercise where you reinforce, you strengthen your muscles, okay? It's kind of a core and back strengthening exercise. So it's not that low intensity like stretching. Some of yoga posture as well can be quite demanding. So you just need to see what works for you. If you are used to do these routines, then it will be fine. You will able to manage, okay? Then if let's say after iftar, so that's the main time where you'll be able to exercise. You are able to have some food, have some water, some liquid in your system. But the thing, you may have to wait at least 1.5 hours after you eat, okay? Ideally, I would say over 2 hours. Do you know why, Miriam?
So after iftar would be...
Yeah. So why do you need to wait? Time. Why do you need to wait?
Because you've just had a heavy iftar, have a meal, yeah. So you need to eat digestion first.
That's it. You were very hungry and you eat all the food that was on the table. So you need to digest, right? If you know that you are going to exercise, maybe you're going to take it easy a bit on the food. You just going to keep some for later, okay? After your exercise, that will be a good strategy, okay? So that's important. The second thing is, whatever you eat and you digest will take time to go into your system. And when I say system, is your muscles. So that food is changing into energy in your muscle. So to be able to contract and to perform good exercise and to contract this muscle, you're going to need that energy to be ready there in your muscles. Okay, so that's why you need to wait a little bit. Okay, so then what kind of exercise you can do? It's same like before iftar. It's as well relevant. Low intensity exercise are still good, but you can increase a little bit the intensity to moderate. Okay, which means something that you're going to start to sweat more, you're going to start to breathe more, you can still speak, but maybe in a shorter sentence. Okay, do you see? So it could be some fast walking, some how do we say? Fast walking, yes. If you have a spinning bike, you spend a bit more intensity. If you can control with your heart rate goes a little higher. But the thing is, you're gonna have to make sure you hydrate yourself during that session. Okay, you keep drinking water because you add only 2 hours to have energy and liquid in your body, so you're gonna need that. Keep fueling yourself. So here there's different strategy. You can keep some fruit next to you, grab some bananas, half a banana while you do your exercise. It's possible. Have these energy drinks or this powder that you mix in your water to give you extra energy. So that's possible. You can still as well do the stretching and yoga routines. That's not a problem. It will be actually easier. Okay. And you can here start to do some kind of toning and strengthening exercise, because now you fuel your system, you fuel your muscles. Okay, so that's important. You can start to use weights. I've got some here, some dumbbells. These are 2 kilograms, but you can find anything between 1.5 and 3 kilograms. Okay, just be careful. Rather start easy. Okay, if you've got different pair of weights, start with a small one. If you haven't done any exercise
so what we'll do, sorry to interrupt you, Brother
yes,
Valerie.
yes,
Let's discuss. We've now got optimal times. Let's do the weight training and that for our next session next week, Monday, and then you
no
can
problem.
tell us this. In the meantime, we'll do the deep breathing. With lockdown, try and burst walking around our yard, or maybe just pacing up and down the home and things like that
Yes,
until we can do that. But what we'll do, and then next week we can start, if you say it's okay for us in terms of using weight training, then looking forward to that. So let's focus on that, and maybe for next week, just few simple exercise routines
yes,
by way of the diagram or something you can do there that we could do during Ramadan. I thank you so much for your time.
yes,
I
thank you.
think you've got. So are you training before iftar?
Generally after. I wait
After iftar.
8 o'clock, 8:30, I try. But the bottom line is you manage your intensity, you dial down compared to what you used to do a little bit. Okay, you do a bit lower intensity, and same thing for with the time. If you used to train for 1 hour, maybe 40 minutes will be a good thing. Then you build it up from there. But I think the best is train after and wait you digest and wait you get that energy. You feel that you'll be able to perform a better session, and that's the main thing. Okay,
Shukran. That I think helps a
Jazakallah.
lot to everybody in terms of the confusion when to that, when to exercise. And next week we look forward to some simple exercises as well as with some weights
Yes,
that we could do during Ramadan. Shukran for your time. Until next week Monday, keep well
I will
and
show
enjoy
that.
the rest of the week and have a safe one. Assalamu
For
alaikum.
next week, if you've got some dumbbells or elastic like that, please prepare it, Mariam.
Well do.
And everybody
Shukran.
be on your screen. Salam alaikum. Jazakallah.
Wa alaikum salam. We're going to go for a short break, and then when we get back, we're pleased to have on the line Dr. Atia Mosam, who's made special time from her busy schedule, and we're going to learn about all the do's and don'ts of your mask. So let me get all masked up. while we go for a short break.